Hello, everyone, and welcome to my playthrough of not Tin Helm, but Tin Realm, the sequel to Tin Helm. So, in this game, it functions very similarly to Tin Helm, where you are exploring locations, things will happen, gathering items, playing as a character, earning favor, progressing through time, fighting enemies, all that good stuff. Um, but there are a few key differences. So, one of the differences is instead of progressing through levels of a dungeon, you are passing through days. Every time you go through all the locations, a day will pass, which will increase enemy health the exact same way it does in Tin Helm. And instead of trying to gain 3 shards to win the game, my goal is to progress along this long path in order to get to the end. And if I reach the end of this long winding path, I will win the game. So the locations in this game are the same but different. So you still have the events at the bottom that will say what happens if you go there, and then the things on the back that say what happens if you skip them. The big difference is that on each side of a location is a little terrain symbol. Some of them will have mountains, some of them will have water, some of them will have forests. And if you match up a terrain on one side, that is how you will progress one step on this track here. Now, this game has different difficulty settings, which is simply on the other side of each of these cards. There is a side with 3 spaces and a side with 4 spaces. So I am playing with 4 spaces on every single card, so you can modulate the difficulty with how long you have to survive until you can get to that final spot. I just like to make it take as long as possible because it makes it more fun that way for me. So, the character I am playing as is the Dwarf. The Dwarf has 8 HP, 8 energy, and starts with 1 food. And the Dwarf may spend 1 favor to re-roll his attack dice. Then we have the class that I am playing as, the Sentinel. The Sentinel gives the Dwarf an additional 5 HP and 2 energy, and then he can spend 1 energy to gain an additional 2 damage in combat, 2 energy for 5 damage, and 3 energy for 8 damage, and then starts with the Iron Helm and Broadsword. Iron Helm, very simple, reduce damage from attacks by 1. And then the Broadsword, very similar to the sword in Tin Helm, but not quite as broken. When you roll doubles in combat, you may re-roll, but you must use the new result. So it gives you 1 re-roll on a miss, instead of the 5 damage that the sword in Tin Helm gives you, because that as a starting item would be insane. So with 8 health plus 5, we are at 13 max health. And then with energy, we have 8 plus 2, so we are at 10 max energy. And we start with 1 food. So let's go ahead and just jump into this and get started. So we have the Dark Pool. It has a mountain on each side of its card, and it has a fight with a water symbol. I'm going to go ahead and go here. So I will go here, flip over the next card. So we will have to fight the Dark Rats. That's totally fine by me. So we have the Dark Rats, 2 HP plus 1 because it's day 1, and we'll gain 1 favor for killing them. And when you defeat a Dark Rat, you gain 1 food. Yummy. So I will go ahead and spend 1 energy to attack the Dark Rats. We get a 1 and a 4, so that is 3 plus 3, or 3 plus 2, sorry, is 5 damage, which is far more than 3. So I will gain 1 favor and gain 1 food. Okay. And then the dark pool will go. I have some extra space over here so we can keep track of sort of where the cards, so I can put cards on either side. So next we have Bone Rock. It has a skull on one side and a forest on the other. I'm looking for mountains, so I'm going to skip this and go to the next location, which is High Nest. So we have to fight a Death Mage. Ooh boy. Death Mage is the second hardest fight in this game. So we have Death Mage, who has 5 health plus 1, so 6 health, does 2 bonus damage, has no bonus defense, gain 2 favor when you kill it. The Death Mage heals for 2 health every time they successfully hit during combat. So I'm going to spend 3, no, not 3, I'm going to spend 2 energy, going down to 7, and roll the dice. So that is 2 and a 6. That is 4 plus 5 is 9 damage, which is well more than its 6 health. So it will die, and I will get 2 favor for killing it. Then I will go to a campsite where I can gain 2 health and 1 energy or 1 food. I'm already at max health, and I can spend food to gain energy, so I'm just going to gain a food. And then I will place the High Nest on the right here, and you can see it matches up this mountain terrain and makes a nice little image. And so with that, I will move 1 space along the track. We are now at the Lost Spring. I will go to the Lost Spring. Flipping over the next card. We will go to the altar. The altar, I'm at 3 favor, so I will gain 1 health. I'm still at max health. Then I will go fishing, see if we can roll a 5 or a 6 to get some food. That's a 2. Unfortunately, no food. And then we go to a campsite where I will gain some food. I'll go ahead and spend 1 food to gain 1 energy. And then with the Lost Spring, I can either place it over here to form a mountain, or I can place it over here for a forest. I'm going to place it over here to make a mountain, move 1 space. Next is Deep Wood, which just has an attack, but it has a forest on each side, so I will go to the Deep Wood. Flipping over the next card, and we will fight a Bane Spider. A Bane Spider indeed. Okay, so Bane Spider has 4 health plus 1, so it's at 5 health, does 1 bonus damage, has no extra defense, gain a favor on killing it. I gain 1 poison every time the Bane Spider successfully hits during combat. So you might notice this little green cube here that is setting near my health. Whenever you gain poison, it goes at the bottom of your health and will increase every time you gain poison. And if your health ever drops below your poison, you immediately die. So it's basically reducing your max health. So it's very scary, and I don't want that. So I'm going to, it has 5 health. So I'm going to spend 2 energy to attack it. There's a 4 and a 5. So that is 1 plus 5 does 6 damage. It has no defense, so it will die. I will gain 1 favor. And then that is it for that location. I will place this. It doesn't really matter. I'll place this on this side, completing this forest symbol, and then moving 1 more space. Okay. So now we have the lakeside. Unfortunately, no matter which one I go to, it won't complete a thing. I'm going to go there anyway, though. So it is a trap that does 1 damage. Ow. And then the event is the Grove. So the Grove, you may search the grove for mushrooms. Each mushroom found equals 1 food. Roll a die to see how many you find. So on a 1, I will gain poison. On a 2, I will find nothing. On a 3 or 4, I will get 1 food. And on a 5 or 6, I will get 2 food. So let's see how lucky I am. That is a 5, so that is 2 food. And I'll go ahead and eat 2 food immediately to gain 2 energy. Awesome. And so then this I will place on this side. It won't complete a terrain, so I won't get to move. Then we have Dead Oak. I'll go ahead and go to Dead Oak. That's fine. So we will go to the Crossroads. Interesting. So the Crossroads, you have stumbled upon a series of forks in the road. Roll a die to determine your fate. On a 1, move back 1 space. 2 or 3, nothing happens. 4 or 5, move 1 space on the map. And if you get a 6, you move 2 spaces forward. So let's see what happens. Whoa, it was a 5. Woo! So I get to move 1 space forward. Nice. Then we go to a campsite where I can gain health and energy. I will go ahead and go up 1 health, up 1 energy. And then the Dead Oak I will put here, completing this forest symbol and moving 1 space. So that was a really productive day 1. So we are out of cards, so we will move to day 2, and I will have to eat 1 food. Okay. So that was, I mean, that was highly productive, I would say. Moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces in a single day. That was that's pretty good, as some say. Just gonna give these a shuffle without really looking. You guys can look because it doesn't matter if you see it. All right. So we have the obelisk, a trap and a chest, a water and a skull. So I didn't explain this. Some locations have a half of a skull symbol on the side. And if you complete a skull, I believe you have to move backward. Let me double check that really quick. Matching 2 skull icons will result in you losing half your current life and having to move back 3 spaces. Yeah, not ideal. So you don't want to do that. I'm going to... I'll go to the obelisk, it's fine, and then flip over the next card. Triggering a trap of 0 and getting the Sun's Edge item. Ooh, Sun's Edge. That is, when in combat against an undead enemy, you inflict an additional 2 damage on successful hits. Wow. It's literally the mace, but better. Okay, so I will place the obelisk over here. Now, we have Lover's Rest. Lover's Rest has a water icon that I could match up with the obelisk, which would be great. That would let me move up to the campsite. And it also has an event and a water symbol. Here's the problem. If I do that, there will be double skulls on each side of this. And I don't like that. So I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to skip Lover's Rest, even though it could make a match. So I'm going to skip this, go to Dark Pool, and I will get a Bane Spider again. So, yeah, fight a Bane Spider. Now it is at 6 health, because we're on day 2. Gets 1 bonus attack, no bonus health, 1 favor if we kill it. So I will spend 2 energy to attack this thing. It's not undead, so Sun's Edge is not giving me any bonus damage. I got a 4 and a 6, so that is 2 plus 5 is 7. That is enough to kill it and gain 1 favor. Then we will roll to see if we catch any fish. That was a 5, so we'll gain 1 food. Super cool. Then I will place this on the right of the obelisk. So now I have a water symbol and a mountain symbol. And then we have Lakeside, which has a water and a mountain symbol, but unfortunately they are on the wrong side. So I'm going to skip this and hope I can find one that matches underneath it. So skip this. We get the Old Fairy. We have to fight the Brigand. And then we will go to the Grove. So fight a Brigand. Has 6 health, 1 bonus attack, 1 bonus defense, 1 favor when we kill it. The Brigands always attack first. You may avoid combat with the Brigand by discarding a loot or trappings card. So if I get rid of one of my cards, one of my loot items, I can avoid combat with this guy. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to let him attack first. So he got a 5 and a 6, so he does 1 bonus damage, but I reduce damage I take by 1, so I will take a whopping 1 damage. And then, so he has 6 health. I will spend, he's not undead either. I'll spend 2 energy to attack. Getting a 2 and a 5, so that is 3 plus 5 is 8, minus 1 is 7. So the Brigand is dead, and I will gain 1 favor. Okay. And then I will go to the Grove again, so we'll roll a die and see if we can find any mushrooms for food. We get a 2, which means we find nothing edible. That's fine. The Old Fairy I will place on this side of the obelisk, and I will move into this campsite, where I can gain 2 health and 1 energy, or 1 food. I will gain 1 health to go up to max and 1 energy. Then Bone Rock I will skip because it doesn't have anything that matches my location, so I'll skip this. We will go to the High Nest, where I will have to fight a Death Mage, unfortunately. So back to the Death Mage. Now the difference is that Death Mage is undead, so I will get 2 additional damage from my Sun's Edge when attacking. So Death Mage is at 7 HP with no bonus defense. So I'm going to spend 2 energy to attack it. I will get a 3 and a 5. So that is 2 plus 5 is 7, plus 2 with the Sun's Edge is 9. So that will absolutely kill it. And I will gain 2 favor. And then I will go to a campsite. I will gain 1 food, and then I'll eat that 1 food to gain 1 energy. It doesn't super matter. And then with the High Nest, I will place it on this side, finishing this mountain terrain and moving 1 space. I will go to the Lost Spring. Flipping this card over, we will go to the Wanderer. So this is awesome. The Wanderer, you may trade any loot card with the Wanderer for any available trappings card, or you may ask the Wanderer for directions, which will move you 1 space on the map card. So I can either trade one of these items for any other starting card. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't be one of these. I'd have to get rid of the Sun's Edge for another starting card or trappings card. But I'm pretty happy with the Sun's Edge, so I'm just going to move 1 space forward on the map. Then we will go fishing, see if we catch anything. As a 1, we don't catch anything. Go to a campsite where I will choose to gain 1 food, I suppose. Okay, and then I will put this on this forest side, which will let me move another space on the map. We have the Deep Wood, which has a forest on each side. I don't have any forests over here, so I'm going to skip the Deep Wood, go to the Vile Shores, where I lose 2 energy from a trap, and then I have to fight Skullum. Skullum is the hardest fight in the game, and I don't have a ton of energy. Yikes. So this guy has 7 HP right now. He has bonus 3 damage, bonus 3 defense, gain 2 favor when you kill it. If you miss your attack against the Skullum, you must take 2 damage immediately. Woof. This guy is rough. So 7 HP. So he's basically at 10 health. I need to one-shot this guy. He is undead. So I'm going to... Oof. Man, but spending 3 energy is all the energy I have. I'm going to play a little risky. I'm going to spend 2 energy to attack. Okay, we get a 1 and a 4, so that is 3 damage. Plus 5 is 8 damage. Plus 2 from the Sun's Edge is 10 damage. And then 10 minus 3 from his defense is 7. He has 7 HP, which is just enough to kill him, and I will gain 2 favor. Okay. So that was awful. And then with the Vile Shores, I can either put it over here or over here. There's a mountain on this side, but I'll put it over here just so it's on camera. Move into this water space, and I will go fishing. Get a 1. Okay, so that didn't go quite as well. We're gonna move to day 3 now, and I have to eat 1 food. I only have 1 energy. So 1 energy is not quite where you want to be when you're still 4 spaces away. So fun fact, I think if I was on the easiest difficulty, I would actually be at the finish line right now. I'd either be at the finish line or just 1 space away. So, okay, so we have the High Nest, and I'm just going to go there. I do have to do a fight, but I will get a campsite, and hopefully it'll be okay. So we'll go to the High Nest, and I definitely don't want to fight Skullum again. So we will fight a Blood Cap. That's a little rough. So the Blood Cap is going to have 8 health. Yikes! So 8 health, no bonus attack, 1 bonus defense, 2 favor when you kill it. You gain 1 poison every time the Blood Cap successfully hits during combat. The Blood Cap always attacks first. So Blood Cap is going to attack, and they will miss. Whoo! I'm going to spend my last energy. Oh man, actually, I'm going to eat 1 food, go up to 2 energy, spend 2 energy to attack. Getting a, oh my goodness, 1 and a 6, that's 5 plus 5 is 10, so it is super dead. Well, not super dead, that's 10 minus 1 is 9, I had 8 health, so still barely killed it. But I will gain 2 favor, and then I will go to the High Nest where I will grab a food. Okay, so Lakeside is a trap and an event. I'm going to go to the Lakeside, get 1 poison from a trap, and then go to the Oak Warden event. This should be good. So Oak Warden, the Oak Warden will grant you 1 of the following blessings if you spend the favor indicated. 1 favor gives you 3 health, 1 favor gives you 2 energy, 2 favor removes all poison, and 3 favor will move 1 space on the map. So I'm going to spend 3 favor to move 1 space on the map. It might be better to gain the energy, but it'll be fine. So we're going to go to the Lakeside, which will complete this, which will move me 1 space forward on the map, go to a campsite where I will gain 1 food, and we'll spend that food to gain 1 energy. Oh, we're really skirting by right now. But this is why I like playing on the hardest difficulty, because it puts you into these situations where you are barely, like, you have exhausted your resources, you're barely hanging on, and you just need to crawl a little bit further. So the obelisk, it won't make me move 1 space, but it's only a trap and a loot card, so I won't die if I go there. So, and maybe I can get like an elixir or something, which will give me more energy. So I'm going to go to the obelisk just on the off chance. Okay, the trap does nothing, and then we find the trail map. Interesting. So the trail map doesn't do a lot. You can add one to the result of your roll when you enter the crossroads. So that is something, I guess. And then I will place this on this lakeside, so that way there's still water facing, but the skull isn't facing out anymore. Old Ferry, I will go to the Old Ferry because it will let me move one space. Oh no. Yeah, that might be it. I'm gonna eat 2 food and gain 2 energy, and we are going to fight Skullum again. Woof. So Skullum, back at it again. 8 HP, 3 defense. I need to do 11 damage in order to kill this guy. So I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna spend all 3 energy to roll here. Oh no, that's a miss. However, I'm going to use the broadsword to roll, re-roll, so I hopefully don't miss again. Oh boy, that is a 1 and a 2. So that is +1, or that is 1 damage, plus 8 is 9, plus 2 from the Sun's Edge is 11, which is just enough, because 11 minus 3 from the defense is 8. So barely taking out Skullum with one big whoppa. Gaining 2 favor, and I don't think his ability triggers when you miss, because I was able to re-roll it and turn it into an actual hit. Then we, oh no. So we fight Skullum and then go to the labyrinth. Oops. That's not the labyrinth. Where's the labyrinth? The labyrinth! You find yourself lost in a dark cavernous maze. Spend 2 food to escape. If you do not have enough food, you waste a day looking for an exit. Advance the sundial tracker 1 day forward. Unfortunately, I only have 1 food because I had to eat it all to gain enough energy to kill the Skullum in 1 hit. So we will advance the day 1 forward, and then I will go on the ferry, which will complete a water tile, letting me move 1 space. Then we have Lover's Rest. I'm going to go ahead and go to Lover's Rest. Flip over the next card. We go to the crossroads. Oh my goodness, this could be it. Okay, so we go to the crossroads where I'll roll the die, and potentially on a 4, 5, or 6, I get to move forward, but the trail map adds 1 to the result. So on a 3, 4, 5, or 6 here, I'm going to be able to win the game. Just don't get a 1 or a 2. That is a 6 straight up. I don't even need the map. So I will move 2 spaces forward on the map, and that will be the end of the game. I would also be able to fish for food and then put the Lover's Rest down here to even move 1 more space, but oh my goodness, that was that was super scary. Talk about riding by the seat of your pants there. Whoo boy. So that is Tin Realm. Barely made it through there, had no energy left. I still had a bunch of health, but once you run out of energy, that health would have been going by so fast, and only 1 food left. But yeah, that is Tin Realm, a successful attempt on the hardest difficulty. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.